Hi friends, this is Capun Piso, June 21st, 2018. You know, I've been making videos about equating our psycho liar-in-chief President Donald Trump with Nazi Germany, with Nazism and Christian Hitler and the rest of people there, which, you know, they gassed many millions of Jews and gypsies and homosexuals and castrated them and experimented with them. Well, see, United States of America in 1930s, they experimented with blacks, and they tried to create their own superior race in United States of America, 1930s or so. And Christian Hitler was asked United States of America for their research files to help him for the Aryan race. This is all facts. None of this is conspiracy theory. None of this is bullshit. The evidence is there, and I can use the evidence and I can show it to you. And it's a fact. They had the KKK in the United States, and the blacks were considered inferior, the natives were considered inferior, and they experimented with them. They castrated them. They did all kind of experiment with these people. They injected them with even recently they injected the blacks with certain diseases to see if they could cure them, with syphilis, for instance. This is true. There's lawsuits of blacks against the United States government because of this. This actually happened. The Eugenics in United States of America, that helped Hitler with it. This is way before the war and all that. Way before. And see what's happening here. So don't be surprised. The children, Mexican children, are being mistreated, separated from their parents. Some are used for experimentation, just like animals. Because remember, United States is a Christianity-infected nation. People are filled, you know, with despicable churches. They are despicable. Christians are infected with this virus, brain HIV virus. You know, in 1800 years of this disease, this cancer of Christianity. You have the Inquisitions, all the tortures that they did to people, to confess because of sin. You have the disgusting people in the Mayflower, the land in the Americas, the chrysocratic infected in Brazil, what they did to the natives. I mean, Columbus in the Americas, I mean, destroying cultures. And I can go on and on and on and on. And it is all facts. So don't be surprised. The problem in the United States of America, it has a cancer, the brain cancer of some God believe, which is Christianity. They believe in an imaginary friend. In this 21st century, this is the greatest problem. So don't be surprised when they experiment with children. They take them away from their parents, just like in Nazi Germany, exactly the same thing. Because the United States is a Christianity-infected nation. It's a fascist nation. They had the KKK. You know, you have all these massacres that happen thanks to churches. They mistreat the children. They whip them. It's okay to whip them. And torture them. Starve them to death. The Scientologists. All these disgusting people. They abuse children all the time in this country because of their brain disease of Christianity. And that's a fact. And the thoughts, the schizophrenic, demented, bipolar, psychotic thoughts occur in the brain when the brain is sick, infected with viruses. Schizophrenia, temporal lobe epilepsy, and all that is no different than religion. They have the same disgusting diseases. And and that's the truth. And now we have a psychopath, and the fundamentalist Christians, we are nothing but chrysocratic infected imbeciles. I wish they were giving them lobotomy. All the pastors, all the priests, give them a lobotomy. Members of Congress that believe in God, give them a lobotomy. Remove their zombie God belief and all the conspiracy theory crap. Remove them from their disgusting, sick brains. That's what they ought to do. Beginning with the president, because he's very sick. Man, it's a liar, it's a narcissist, a piece of excreta. And that's the problem we have in this country today. Look at this. These are Jews. Jews arriving in concentration camps. And they were going to be, they told him they're separating the children from their parents. And they were putting them in line, and they didn't realize they were going to be killed. They were going to be gassed. The final solution. Just like the hypocrite piece of garbage, Trump. See, in this 21st century, June 18, 2018. This is Capun Piso with facts. I like to slap all these imbeciles with reality and facts. See, the GOP and Trump are not very disgusting. The ones that like Trump have voted for Trump and they are afraid of him and kiss his ass. They don't realize that United States of America is run by a dictator. It's a Hitler, Mussolini, wannabe dictator, racist, immoral, narcissistic piece of excreta. See? He's treating the Mexicans and blacks and everybody. They're escaping. These people are escaping all these persecutions over in Central America and Mexico. They're trying to have a better life. Oh no, they come to the United States and come to Nazi Germany again. Just like the Jews arriving in trains to the concentration camps. You see? And they don't realize they're going to be killed. And the whole thing is started by Christianity-infected parents not to educate the children and not to have compassion for animals. Go hunt animals, kill them, torture them. You don't need to eat them. And look at this, exactly what's happening today in this country. These are psychotic pieces of garbage, imbeciles. Those who torture and kill animals will also kill people. The kids are taken away from their parents, immigrants. They disappear. And some are adopted, like I've been saying, adopted by Christianity-infected families. They give them drugs. They do that in child protective services. Remember, child protective services in the United States of America are, they're in control. If the parents do something wrong, they take the kids away from them and they put them in foster home. They're all Christian. And they're trying to give them all this. It happens to a friend of mine. 4 kids. And my friend is uneducated, is not that intelligent, and lives in Nevada. And they'll be taking the kids away from them and they give him all these drugs. And who does it? Phony psychologists. They study psychology in where? Christianity-infected universities. So this is the problem. They believe in an intelligent designer and Jesus and all this nonsense. And they have no idea about science and about really truly neurology. And these people are infected and they're all over the place with a PhD in psychology. And they're all Christianity-infected imbeciles. Do you know who is a perfect example? Carson. Piece of garbage, Trump's secretary of human services and all that. They believe that the Egyptian pyramids were granaries for Moses and for the Joshua and all the rest of the tribe. This is the problem. The man is, and he's a neurologist and he's sick. So mental illness does not discriminate. When you realize that believing God, faith and all that is one of the schizophrenics and a very dangerous brain HIV, then things will get better. But neurologists and scientists they don't see it. They don't see it. And they don't see these people running the country to be disgusting psychopaths, lunatics that believe that 2 + 2 = any number. The defective brains tell them it is, except for 4. They have no idea. They don't realize that they were created by a speed of semen DNA from a penis. Took 9 months to create their brains, and they emerged from the cave of creation with no information. I use the 5 senses to navigate the planet, and they're educated, and the 8,000 languages spoken on the planet, etc., etc., etc. They don't realize that. That's a fact. So the true God is cock. It's the penis. So cock bless you all, friends. And that's the truth. I'm very blunt, and I tell it like it is. We are in really trouble in the United States of America, the most powerful nation on the planet, run by disgusting piece of garbage, Christianity-infected imbeciles, the Congress. And that's very dangerous.
Filings, inspection reports, and witness statements. The allegations range from unsanitary conditions to unair-conditioned rooms in hot Texas summers and dosing children with mood-changing drugs allegedly disguised as vitamins. At the nonprofit Shiloh Treatment Center in Manville, Texas, legal filings quote immigrant children being held down for injections given multiple psychotropic medications against their will. In One case, a boy was simultaneously placed on 6 psychotropic drugs, and an independent psychologist found the boy had been misdiagnosed with psychotic disorder, though he didn't have any symptoms. Salvador said in a witness statement, "I did not want the injection. 2 staff grabbed me, and the doctor gave me the injection despite my objection and left me there on the bed." That staffers called vitamins, given to them without their or their parents' consent. I was forced to take 10 pills a day, saying I would rather go back to Honduras and live on the streets than be at Shiloh.
Drugs, we're learning new details. And Putin, on a summit, President Trump says he's considering meeting Russian President Vladimir Putin next month. Where will they...
Over and seen around the world, the president sounded detached and bitter.
They walk through Mexico like it's walking through Central Park.
Democrats pushed back on the notion they were to blame.
You know what my strong reaction to that is? It's a lie. So for the president to constantly say that we are against immigration reform that makes sense, that is humane, lie. And in fact,
Again, what does the president use to communicate, to express his thoughts, and to talk, and to breathe? And his brain. The brain, guys. The brain creates thinking. Don't be so damn stupid. A sick brain can only create sick thoughts. Duh. The president, this guy is an imbecile. The president is a sick man. And it's obvious to any neurologist. It's there. The president is sick. See, Psycho Trump, our dictator, Nazi dictator, liar in chief, is married to a very ignorant immigrant woman, beautiful but brainless and stupid. And that's the reason who's going to wear a jacket like that, going to see kids that have been separated from the families. You have to be extremely ignorant. Just like when they say Marie Antoinette said, "Let him eat cake." Actually, she didn't say that in truth, but hey, look at this. Now, this is just to show you how stupid some people are. They think their shit doesn't stink. They're surrounded by gold and by power, and they don't care about people like Marie Antoinette, and she lost her head. And her husband, King Louis XVI, was decapitated. All the noble ones in France with the French Revolution. Because the people were detached from the man. They should do that in the United States of America. They should take all these disgusting, God-obsessed party, pieces of garbage, mentally deficiently, members of Congress that voted for Trump and that love Trump. They had to go to a mental institution and got themselves committed. All of them. Look at this. See this? This is based on facts. The horrifying American rules of Eugenics. Look at this. The concept of white, blonde hair, blue eye master Nordic race did not originate with Hitler. The idea was created in the United States and cultivated in California decades before Hitler came to power. California, Eugenia, etc. The reason is because you have blacks, the KKK, the blacks were inferior. They experimented on blacks. They give them all kind of diseases to experiment with them. See? That's a fact right here. See? There you have it, friends. Trump wants to, that's what he deems everybody inferior. All the Mexicans are inferior, browns are inferior, blacks are inferior, all that. It's thanks to the Christ-psychotic infected America. The land of the stupid. Look at that. Since the blacks were very, very ignorant people, they kept the slaves ignorant, and that's what the South did. And look at this, in the Tuskegee experiment. And they got blacks. See that? Free medical care, see? They were enrolled in the project. They were experimenting with them. See that? White doctor experimenting with the poor guys. And they're suing the United States government. See? The final study passed away. And Clinton apologized to all the families of the blacks for these experiments against them. Let's see if a piece of garbage excreta Trump would apologize for anything. The man is a moron, disgusting vermin. A human excreta, that's what Trump is. Sad, but the man is sick. Disgusting, and this is the lunatic we have for president. So, hey, shoe fits, wear it. Here it is. Clinton, he took Clinton. That was impeached because he got his dick sucked in the Oval Office. Big deal. That's what he got impeached for. And the piece of garbage is a traitor. Trump is a disgusting traitor dealing with the Russians all the time to bring dirt to Hillary Clinton, a Democrat opponent, and the guy is not put in jail like a traitor along with the rest of the GOP imbecile, disgusting people that kiss Trump's ass. Disgusting. I hope he gets impeached and put in jail along with the rest of the GOP. 22nd of June of 2018, and all remains the same. Our bipolar, schizophrenic, cry-psychotic, infected imbecile dictator, Trump, doesn't know if he's coming or going. See? Just like in Nazi Germany. Keep in mind, if it flies like a dog, quacks like a dog, swims like a dog, insisting it is a platypus is not going to make it one.